Hello! Lovely to see you all here. So I'm going to be doing some more Journey-athon sprints. I have got my next book lined up, ready to go. I have not yet started it, so I am going to be reading Zachary Ying and the Dragin Emperor by J. Zhao. So this is my prompt for the quest. So it's the Grombies, and I have chosen the Earth Path. I can't say that. Earth Path. So I will be reading a book that has a quest. So I have got Zachary Ying ready to go, and I haven't even chosen a bookmark yet. So I have my fun little what do you call these? Hollow books. So it's a box, and it's full of bookmarks. And I quite enjoy matching up my bookmarks to an appropriate book. No, other way around. I enjoy matching the book to the bookmark. It's late. I'm quite tired. I've done a full-on day of parenting, and it's quite tiring. So I'm very much looking forward to just having some chilled out time, doing some reading. I've got snacks, I've got drinks. I hope you have as well. I hope you're all excited for a little bit of cozy reading. But if you fall asleep like I have previously in sprints, that's also fine. Just whatever you want to do, use the time. So we have Talia in the chat. Hello, Talia. How are you? So I believe you are just starting your evening. I believe it is 7 o'clock where you are. So you've got a full evening ahead of you. Oh, Talia says, I finished Crest, which was the book in a series prompt, not exactly middle grade. That is fine. It doesn't matter if it's not middle grade. I only stipulate that you need to read one middle grade book, and you can just have fun with the prompts and read whatever other age range in between. That's not a problem. So you read that last night, and now you're working on Pax, which is the new required purchase now. Awesome. So what? Oh, I know Crest. So it's just clicked in my head. So is Crest one of the what's it called? It's like the fairy tale series that's sci-fi. I can't remember the name of that series. I think it was one that was really popular a few years ago. It's totally eluded me. Is it Illusionaries? I believe. I can't remember. Lunar Chronicles. That's it. Oh, it's book 3. So which one is Crest? Because I know there's Cinderella's the first one. And is there like Hansel and Gretel? Is there a Snow White? I think that could be the 4th one. I can't remember. I haven't read them, but I've seen people talking about them. So glad you're loving them. Okay, so more chat. Talia says, yes, it's only 4 p.m. here, and your husband is in charge of the kids. Winner. Excellent. You time all the way. And you love the Lunar Chronicles. I'm so pleased. Oh, Vidania, hello. Vidania says, hello, everyone. Big red love heart. And Lunar Chronicles, it is in the list. All books are in our TBR list eventually, aren't they? So yeah, what is? I remember you saying that you're going to be reading Pax, Talia. What is Pax about? Tell us about Pax. And Daniel, what are you? You have now finished Crackle Dawn Dragon. I did see your message in the Discord, and I just haven't got around to replying to it. I've still got a load of booktube that I need to watch. I was in the middle of watching your video, Talia, and then got interrupted and haven't finished watching it. It's just all a mess, but I will catch up eventually. But yes, I have. Oh yes, I've got it here. I've got Crackle Dawn Dragon here, Vidania, and I am still on chapter 15. I haven't read more than when we spoke on Thursday because I have not been doing a lot of walking because I usually audiobook when I'm walking, and I caught a bus to my work the other day where I was able to read physically, so I took the opportunity to do some physical reading instead. And also, I have got those wonderful headphones. They're like big headphones that cover your ears, and they are cordless. And they've run out of batteries, and I need to charge them, and I can't find my charger. I thought I had my charger, but it turns out it's my husband's charger, and it's ever so slightly different, so I can't charge my headphones up until I find my charger. so I haven't been audiobooking. But I did, I think, yes, chapter 14, I did cry. I cried. Happy tears, beautiful tears, because of the gorgeousness and the loveness of it. So I will be progressing with that. Talia says, I actually ordered 6 Marissa Myers books last night, the rest of the series and then another series. Is that it's the one that I get mixed up with another series because it's got like a cage, something to do with gold. I can't remember. So Talia says that Pax starts with a boy being forced to dump his pet fox best friend in the forest. Oh, that's really sad. Then he runs away from his grandpa's house to go back and find it. Goes back and forth between the boy and the fox's views. Oh, that sounds really cute. Vidania says, I love the Crackle Dragon. Talia says, hi Vidania. And Vidania says, actually, I think this is a series. I think this is a series, the Mac Chronicles, that I loved all of the books. Yes, I did. So far, obviously I've not finished, but I have loved all the books so far. I'm so glad it wasn't a disappointment in the last book. This is true. The Daniel and I buddy read the Cold Heart series, and we really enjoyed it until we got to the last book, and I was like, we didn't. Neither of us enjoyed the last book. To the point of, so I have been looking at my bookshelves because I have a lot of books and not so many shelves anymore with free space. So I am going to have to do a bit of a clear out. I'm going to have to sort of like do an unhaul. I've got things in mind. Of what I'm doing with my books, but I think I'm gonna, even though I love the cover of the 4th book in Hog Heart, I think I'm gonna let that one go. I'm gonna pass that one on. Maybe a free little library, maybe a charity shop, but I think every time I see it on my shelf, I'll be like, oh, I enjoyed, and that one disappointed. So I think maybe I just don't need that one. So I think that one might go. Yes. Vidania says, hi Talia, and if you cried at chapter 14, then you are not yet done. No, I am not yet. I'm not yet done. But I cried at chapter 14 because it was very heartfelt. It was when they received a message over the ship about a person, and that's what made me so lovely. Just the message. I think the messages. I think it's one of the things that Abby Everton does. Love them. I can't speak. I'm going to have some liquid. Okay, that's better. I'm not so tongue-tied anymore. I think what Abby Elphinstone does so well in these, as well as like all of the magical whimsiness, is just an affection and respect and love for children that just really comes across about how important human beings are, especially children, where they're at the start of their life and their characters are just being formed, and their ability to be courageous and imaginative and strong and loyal are just all right there. You know, they don't have sort of like the excess baggage and the kind of cynicalism that we kind of have as adults, and they're just so more they just kind of see the world without I don't know what the word is. They're just more, okay? They're just more. And I just think Abby Elphinstone really appreciates that. And it's just like, I think if you're reading this as a child, you just feel like enfolded in like her love. And it's just so inspiring. And I think that's what she does so well, because also while she's like addressing children and just how special children are, she's not patronizing with it. And she just does it in such a good way. I think that's just really special. Talia says, that's so annoying when the last book isn't good. If that happens with the Lunar Crocodiles, I will be devastated. I think I hear the opposite. I think I hear that people really enjoy the first and the last one, and the other ones are good, but not as good as those ones, from what I have heard. But Annie says, you are not yet done with the crying. Okay. Happy tears. Happy tears. And Danny said, Abby is amazing. I'm so glad my sister gave me the complete series as a birthday gift last year. Applause for your sister. Excellent taste. Well done. Oh, and Talia says the third was my favourite so far. Oh, so Crest was your favourite. What fairy tale is that one based on? Because I can't work it out from the title. Having some more liquid. This is hot milk because it's that time of night, and then it just makes me feel cozy. But Andy says I really want to read the Lunar Chronicles. The books have pretty covers too. Rapunzel. Okay, cool. Nice. I don't see many retellings of Rapunzel, apart from the Disney's Tangled. I don't really know any other ones. And Madonna says her sister is like Rapunzel. Cool. She has long hair. Does she use it as a rope? Kind of extra climbing gear. I was going to say something. I've totally forgot what it was. I can't remember what it was. It's not even coming back to me, even remotely. Okay, Dan says her sister does not use her hair as a rope. Disappointing. I feel she's not trying hard enough. And Talia says she cuts it off pretty early. That was always my thought, and I know my mum Nata really struggled with that. We both love Tangled, the Disney film, but when we're watching it, my mum said just like, how is her hair not destroyed? It's just going everywhere. Like, can you just imagine brushing it? I mean, obviously it's part of the song. She brushes and brushes and brushes her hair. But I think it's obviously because it's magical and it's just detangling. I mean, mine wouldn't cope. I just go down to the seafront and it's just like self-knots and that's together. Vanani says, I need to send you some photos from graduation for the hair. Excellent. I forgot. What did you forget? I don't know what you forgot. I forgot what I was saying. And Talia says, you guys both need to read them. They are wonderful. Okay, cool. It'll be added on the list along with all the other books that are there. I forgot to send the photos, I promise. Oh, yes, you do. You need to send photos of the graduation, of your graduation, not your sister's graduation, because you want to show us how long her hair is. I feel we're after a great start. I already am not focusing at all. Really not with it. But it's fine. We don't need to be with it. We're just here to read. Oh, she was also in the graduation. Okay, cool, great. Oh dear. So I chose to do this at midnight for several reasons. One, I knew my children would be guaranteed to be asleep then, and also like either I could be in the bedroom filming or I'd be downstairs filming, depending how tired my husband was. And I knew that would give me enough time to make sure I could set up without rushing. So that's why I chose midnight. But I'm also like, I am not high functioning right now. I feel very woolly. I feel very, very woolly, but it's all good. Oh, okay, let's start off with doing some actual sprinting. So I finished Onyeka today, but I haven't started anything. So I haven't started. I can't remember what I'm reading now. This is so bad. I haven't started Zachary Ying and the Dragin Emperor yet, because I with Woolly Brain, it felt like I just needed to. I really was. There was a book that was calling out to be read, and it's really easy to like pick up and put down and get through. So I'm rereading Heartstopper. So that's what I've kind of been reading in between. So before this, I've read the first two because they're just so easy to read. So I'm now on the third one, which is my new Pretty Fairy Loot edition, which is very exciting. So and I have Heartstopper bookmark. Yay! Don't know if you can see it very well, which is cool. And then these are the hard book covers that Waterstones are releasing, which look very cool. I have the Fairy Loot editions, which I'm very excited about. Look at those edges. And my favourite bit, and we'll take the cover off. We've got a silhouette of Charlie and Nick in foiling. But the Waterstones edition have got extra stories in them that I don't have in my editions. and I want all the stories. There's a part of me that's like, can I get those too? And then I look at my shelves and go, no, you absolutely can't. You can't get those two. So to wake up, I'm going to read a little bit more Heartstopper, and then I'm going to pick a bookmark and start reading Zachary Ying. I have hot milk, as I've already mentioned. I have some bit of cold chocolate from the fridge to give me that sugar hit to wake me up. And I've also got grapes as well, so I'm all set. But I think I'm also going to probably get changed into my PJs and be a little bit more comfortable because I can feel like this dress is kind of digging into me and no longer comfortable. That was a lot of waffle that you probably didn't need. So we're on 15 minutes, 5 seconds. So at 16 minutes, we will then read for half an hour, which will take us to 1:45 in the UK. And I imagine 1:45 for Danny for you. Talia, you're on 4, so 4:45 for you in the afternoon. Amazing. Yeah, Danny has confirmed it is 1:45. Oh, and she also says she watched the series and it was really good. It was awesome. And the series 2 is coming out soon. So that is very exciting for Heartstopper. I still recommend reading the books as well, just because if you love books, you know there's nothing better than, as much as you can enjoy watching something on the screen, there's just something more personal about having a whole world in your hands and being able to sit there with it. Happy reading! Happy reading! So, speak to you again in half an hour. Hello everyone, I totally lost track of the time there. I think we read for longer than I thought we were going to. Never mind. Never mind. I have just going to get quite sleepy. Nodding off there. But I read a little bit of Heartstopper, so that was nice. And I have now started Zachary Ying and the Dragin Emperor. Feels it's got a little bit of like sci-fi elements to it. Cause it's got some like tech and kind of gaming references in it. But I'm enjoying it so far. Pardon me. Yeah, so it's just got a sort of school setting going on. Zachary's like the only Asian kid in his school, which leads to some sort of like what's the word called? There is a word for it. I'm like socially ingrained racism that he's having to deal with, which sucks. Just like social politics in terms of like friendship groups and things. But you kind of feel like you've been thrown the story right from the beginning. There's some things so strange are occurring. So yeah, this seems really fun. I do like Zara and Jay's writing, which is very gripping and quite fast paced. In the chat, Bandana But One said, happy reading with love hearts, and Vidania Silver Square says, I will be reading The Midnighters. Oh, that's by Hannah. Can't recall what her name is. I feel she's called Hannah. She wrote The Unforgettables, that I've heard really good things about. I think The Midnighters came out quite recently. Very pretty cover. It looks like a really cool book. So I hope you're enjoying that. I did choose a bookmark. So I have gone for I don't have any books that have got dragons on them, which I feel is a very big missed opportunity. But I've gone for sort of like mountains because I feel dragons would like to kind of be around mountains, so I went for that one. Now, those particular mountains are the Lake District. I don't really feel dragons would go around the Lake District, but hey ho. Vidani says, yeah, Hannah, Took, Hannah Top. I wouldn't say Hannah Top, but it looks like Took. Hannah Took. And it is an adventure in Prague of 1800s. Ooh, fun. Yes, and love heart for the dragons, always. Have yet to meet the dragon though. It's just referring to the Dragin Emperor at the moment. Vidania says, I'm using a post-it note and it was too sticky and ripped a page. Oh no! Is Pax your book or is that a library book? Have you managed to repair the page? I need to get some more Scotch tape. So you can get like sellotape, which is just regular sellotape, but then Scotch tape just seems to be a little bit like nicer, and I save it just for repairing books. But Danny says, oh no, about the page ripping. And Talia says, so sad, but also this book has deckled edges, so it's already a mess. It's mine. I got it at the library sale for $1. Well, that's fine. At least it's not from a library where you'd have to give it back with its ripped page. Vidania says, I'm googling deckled edges. My family's sleeping, or I would get a book. But it's when like the edges aren't like usually like the edges are just all like flat. But with deckled edges, they're kind of like some are longer than others, so it gives you this kind of like bumpy edge kind of look. So it looks slightly more like old schooly book related. But Danny says, deckled edges are no good. You can't flip them. I've only read one book with deckled edges. I read The Order of the Pure Moon Reflected in Water, which was a novella. So it didn't feel like too much of a problem with that one. I didn't feel like I had too much flipping to do. That one wasn't too bad. I think that was one of the one of the tags that was going around, like maybe last year, one of the questions was deckled edges, and it was like a yes/no thing. I don't know how I feel about deckled edges. I've only had one experience with them. I think I can take them or leave them. I don't have strong thoughts. It's not like Marmite. I don't have strong thoughts. But Danny says, "Oh, they look horrible. I don't like them." Clear where you stand for Danny on the deckled edges. Talia said, "Yes, it wasn't a tag. The in or out tag. Thank you. Yes, it was the in or out tag. So it was deckled edges, in or out. I don't know. I think it's a put it to one side and decide later. Currently don't have an opinion. I'm feeling both you and Fidania are out on the deckled edges. I mean, of all the edges, I would always choose sprayed over deckled, definitely. Because of colours. Oh dear. I'm all out of drink, which is unfortunate because I feel a bit croaky. I was going to say something and it's eluded me again. My brain is just not the best. Oh, yeah, Talia says sprayed edges for the win. Always sprayed edges for the win. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about Onyeka. So this was a bookmark I had for Onyeka. So here's Onyeka in her superhero glory. Oh, the light feels really rubbish on this at the moment. I feel like it's all very weird green tinge. And there's this bookmark. This is one of the fairy ones. So we have sort of like sun god with sort of like sun god angel type thing with spear leaping, and it just reminded me of Amari, who has got the Solari sun motif on her jumpsuit, and it's also leaping. So and also this is things got serious in this, so it's kind of like battle-ish, and then we have full-on battle in here. So I think that's good. Onyeka is so pretty. Yes, such a beautiful cover. Onyeka needs a bandana. Possibly a point for contention in this book, actually. It would disrupt her superpower if she had a bandana. But personally, I do. Every time I now put a bandana on, I always think of you. And I always, every time I put it on my head, I'm like, Talia would be proud of me right now, I feel. I don't have such an amazing collection, though. I always enjoy seeing which bandana you have today, Talia. Seriously, though, I love that colour. Is her superpower in her hair? Okay, so it's not a spoiler because it's on the book, but her superpower is her hair. She has magic hair. Doesn't glow when she sings. It's not tangled, but yes, her superpower is her hair. It's very cool. It's very empowering. So it's really good. Everyone should just read Onyeka. Definitely. Onyeka. Trying to get the pronunciation right. So this was a really, really fun read. It's fast-paced. There's a lot of kind of like action and kind of plot stuff going on. So there's one kind of part of the story resolved in this, but I feel there's other. I wasn't kind of sure as we were getting to the end. I was like, it says here there's going to be another book because it says don't miss out on reading on the third Onyeka adventure coming March 2024. So I don't know if it's a trilogy and there's 3, or if there's going to be more. But sorry, I'm so young. As I was near the end, I was like, feels like not sure what's going to be left at the end. But then they started talking about stuff, and I'm like, yes, that's gonna be a fun third book. That's a different shift in things, exciting. But it does end with it's not a cliffhanger, but it's like this is what we're going to be looking at in the next book. So Onyeka has a lot of things to deal with in this book, like with her like emotions and things going on in her life. There's been big changes for everyone. The found family friends got a lot of work to do, and there's quite a few. What's the word? I want to say niggles, but that doesn't really help. I feel that's far too slang. Lots of little problems and issues to like delve into and kind of unpick and straighten out. A lot of kind of like emotional exploration in here for characters, as well as kind of the ongoing plot, which was fun. Fun magic-y times, and sort of the world building, and intrigued to see where we go after this. It's always a fun time with Onyeka. I do enjoy these books. So yes, that was my Whittle Away Village prompt. So halfway through, 2 books down, 1 half read, 1 started, but I'm aware this is much bigger. Like, can we do a literal comparison? Yes, look. No, we can't. My hands are in the way. This one is much thicker. I can't. No, we can't do this. There we go. Let's try that. Oh, let's try that. That's better. There you go. Now you can see. So this is definitely like, Onyeka is 2/3 of Zachary Ying. So it's a much, feels like a much bigger book. And Crackerjawn is easy to read because it's an audio. I don't have another audio. And I have, as well as this, oh my goodness. As well as this one, I've got 2 other books. Well, at least 2 other books I'd like to read. Maybe 3, if I can get it all in. I'd like to read 3. I'd be very happy if I could get all 3 of these books in. But this is quite chunky. So I don't know if I'm going to make it. Especially as I'm nodding off in my own scripts. So it doesn't feel like it's... I don't feel like how quickly I'm going to be able to read. Also, do you do that thing? Like, so I've got kids at school, and it's like the summer holidays approaching. So it always feels in my head like it's like winding down, and there's like less stress. But actually, you realise there's so many more things going on than you expect. It's like everyone's on this countdown. It's and they're like actually they're doing things all the time. There's all these events coming up, and there's all this preparation that I just haven't even considered. So it's quite full on in between. But hey ho, it is what it is. Vidania says, really cool, I agree. And perceiving about, and Talia says, sounds so good, I just added the first one to my TBR. Yay! I feel if I talk about her enough, I'll just like pressure more people into reading her. It is fun. It is missing a map though. I'd quite like a map, but hey, can't have everything. You can't have everything. This doesn't have a map either. It's like, I love a book with a map. I always feel sad when books don't have maps, but Crackerjawn Dragon has a map. So let's show you their map so we can get all our map joy in. Look. Oh. I've got a question for Daniel, but I don't know if you're going to be able to answer it without spoilers, because I don't want spoilers. But you know how we were talking about, so in the Unmapped Chronicles, you have Rumblestar, you have Jungle Drop, you have Crackerjawn, then you have Silvercrag, and there has been a book saying each of those lands of the Unmapped Kingdoms, apart from Silvercrag. Do they get to go to Silvercrag? Do we get to see Silvercrag? Do we hear any about Silvercrag? Is there possibly going to be another book about Silvercrag, Delia? Are you able to answer any one of those questions? I want to know. It would be soothing to know, to find out if Silvercrag's an option. Because also, like, we're not going to get a map of it otherwise as well. I'd also like a map in those of, like, the Unmapped Kingdoms map, not just the Rumblestar map, the Jungle Drop map. A map of all of it would be nice. Do any of your books have maps in? I just find it much more. I like to refer to a visual. I like to kind of know where my characters are, and it just helps when I've got a visual placement for them. Just find it so much easier. Okay, on maps to the side for now. Let's do some more sprinting. I am going to go and replenish my drink. I feel I'm gonna 1 in the morning. I'm going to get a coffee because I keep falling asleep. I quite fancy having a coffee, so I'm going to do that, and then get back to doing some reading. So I do want to read this. I don't want to be nodding off. I want to be reading about Zachary Ying. Yeah. So okay, we've got some questions. Vidani says the question is if there is another book named Silver Crag. There was many questions with that. One was, do you get to go to Silver Crag in the Crackledawn Dragon? Number 2, is there any mention of Silver Crag? And then number 3, do you think, considering how that book ended, there will be a 5th book called Silver Crag? Or is that just an area of the Unmapped Kingdoms that we're just not going to explore because it wasn't relevant to Abby Elphinstone's story? If you can answer any of those without it being a massive spoiler, I don't know. I want to know the answer, so I'm sure it's fine for you to spoil that side of things. And Talia says, the wishing game has a map. Excellent. Is it a good map? Obviously, I won't be able to see it because, I don't know, can you send pictures on the chat? Would my decrepit laptop be able to cope with pictures on the chat? That would be more likely the question. Anyway, I am going to go get some coffee to wake up. Let's read for another 30 minutes. So that will take us roughly to 25 to 2 here. Roughly half an hour. Roughly half an hour. Let's do roughly half an hour of reading. Dania, that was not satisfactory. But Dania says the answer are some yes and some no. You're being deliberately vague on that. But Dania says there is 1 yes and 1 no. And she says, but it will be spoilers. Oh, will it? Telling me if they go to Silver Crag, telling me if there's another book will be spoilers. Would it? Okay, I'll take your word for it. So, nice and vague. But it will be spoilers. Okay, fine. Talia sent a laughing face. So basically, what you're telling me is I'll have to read Crackledawn. That's what you're telling me. I'm going to read Crackledawn. It's just in terms of getting things read, like I have an easy option because I have the audio and I like the audio. Oh, bookmark for Crackledawn. So obviously it's underwater here, it's sea-based. So I have got underwatery bookmark with sort of underwater weeds and mushrooms for some reason. But pretty waves and bubbles as well. So this is a series I think I want. I think, Vidania, you've got, am I right in thinking you have first one of these? If the camera picks it up. So it's, what's it called? The extremely inconvenient adventures of Bronte Metalstone. The extremely inconvenient adventures of Bronte Metalstone. But Danny says, oh my, yes, I have those ebooks, those books. Bronte, yes. Yes, it's Bronte. I knew about the first one. I don't think I knew about the rest of them. You have 3 out of the 4. Oh, have you read any of them? I think these are on my radar. I haven't officially put them on any lists yet. But I went to the Book Nook and picked up many of their free bookmarks there. Only the first. Okay, cool. And I'm about to read The Whispering Wars. Whispering Wars is the second. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. I've seen it on your passport. There we go. Well, but there we go. I've got the bookmark, and it's under the sea themes on here. Oh, it's because the 4th book. Look, there we go. Focus. The 4th book has got that sort of sea-like theme, and that is called The Astonishing Chronicles of Oscar from Elsewhere. Again, I wonder if these are sort of like companion novels of about different characters. We will see. Anyways, underwatery, so it's in the Crackle Dragon. The bookmark is amazing. I know, I did find it. I did find it very cool. So I've missed some of your chat. Yes, for the Journey-athon. Yay, the bookmark is amazing. Cool. Right, I just keep talking and I feel very waffly. I'm in a very waffly mood today. But we will read for 30 minutes. So 1:39 we shall no two, yes, 1:39 we shall chat again. Hello. So I see in the chat that Vidania has gone to sleep now, which is completely understandable as it is nearly 2 a.m. where she is. So thanks for chatting, Vidania. She says it was getting pretty late for me and my eyes are closing. Snoozy faces, 99 little heart. But before she said goodbye, she did say, going back to our chat about, let me get the title right, The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Bronte Metalstone by Jacqueline Moriarty. The first one was really, really good. So she hopes that all the stories are in the same magical land. She really likes the land. So when you finally get to the slightly alarming tale of Whispering Wars, would love to know if it's still as good as the other one. So I managed to have coffee, wake up a little bit more. And to wake me up a bit more, I read a little bit more of Heartstopper. I haven't reread it's the third one, volume 3. Haven't reread the third one since I bought it from the library, so it's nice to be enjoying this story again. I find it very funny, and just all the pictures are just really, it's really lovely. So I woke up a little bit more reading that, and then I have read the first chapter of Zachary Ying. So I'm now on page 30. I nearly finished chapter 2. A few more pages to get to the end of chapter 2. So very intriguing so far. And yeah, kind of looking forward to what happens next with it. So it seems like a really fun story at the moment. So yeah, that is very, very good. Right, I think I will probably do one more sprint and then call it a night and go to sleep. But yeah, I hope you are all enjoying Journey-athon and the books that you're reading so far. Like I said, I would love to read another 4, but we will see how we go. I am going to be differing slightly from the original sprints I said it was. So I'm definitely still going to do the one on Monday at 12. I'm going to do another one on Thursday at 12. And then, because I was originally going to do it on Friday as the last of the last day, actually I am going to do it on Sunday because I'm going away on Friday, so I can't actually do it. So when we come back on Sunday evening, not sure what time, I'm possibly going to try around 10 o'clock, but anywhere between 10 and midnight, I will do sprints on Sunday, which will be the 16th, I believe. Thursday the 13th, 14th, yeah, 16th. So Sunday the 16th, we'll do our final Journey sprint and see where we get to. I still have bits and pieces that I'm still doing. I need to finish sort of typing up the points board for you all. I haven't managed to do that. I've explained it roughly in the Google Doc, but I haven't filled out the table to make it as clear as possible for you. Mainly because I still cannot work. I haven't managed to work a table on Google Docs yet. I haven't tried, basically. I'm hoping it's the same as normal, but I'm used to working on very kind of old computer systems because my work laptop is quite old. My laptop is old. So I'm hoping I can put it in chart form, but we will see. If not, I might draw it out and just take a picture if I'm really struggling with it. But it would make more sense to actually do it in a chart form in Word. So yes, I want to do that. I've started doing tickets as well. Tickets are just fun. It's just this idea I had in mind that as you travel between place to place, you would get a ticket that you could then put in your passport. So I've started doing those. I've done the magic one. And once I've done all of them, I will upload that onto Google Docs as well. Okay, it is 1:45 here. So let's do one more sprint and we will check back in again at 1:15. And that will be the final one. And then I'm going to go to bed. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's just fun to be able to chat to people about Journey-athon and just have like sort of like dedicated reading time. Always feels good. So let's read for another 30 minutes. Okay, there we go. That was the end of the last sprint for now. It took me a lot longer to read because I am getting off. Overly ambitious, I think, doing midnight sprints, but hey ho, it has been fun. I have read 3 chapters though of Zachary Ying, so it's a good start. It's a good start. I'm very much enjoying it. I think I'm going to enjoy it even more when I'm awake and I'm not rereading the same paragraph over again. The next 2 sprints, sprint days are going to be more successful because it is in in the morning, in the daytime when I'm not half asleep. Oh, hi, Derry. Derry says, so Derry popped in the chat during the sprint and said hello and left a little heart. Because I can't have banners or timers because my laptop is so ancient. I just kind of like, I presume people will just guess that the sound is off and there's me here like reading that it's sprint time. So I just let Derry and anyone else who popped into the chat know that we were reading till a certain time. And Derry just said, crikey, that gave me a fright. Yay for 3 chapters. Exactly, yay for 3 chapters. Sorry I scared you. I should try the cat one where it goes meow. But yes, the next couple of sprints I should be more awake from, which will be good. But hopefully, whether you're sprinting along quietly or if you're watching this in retrospect, and retrospect, is that the right word? Watching it non-live, just because you fancied doing a little bit of sprints, hopefully you have been able to be reading bits and pieces. Derry says, I hear you, Chatty. I only recently upgraded. My last laptop was held together with bulldog clips. Oh, wow. That is impressive, Derry. There is nothing currently holding my laptop together, but it's still in my head. I'm like, I don't understand how it's still running because I have had this since, I want to say 2007. I think it's 2007 that I got this one. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it's been a long time since I've been this one. It's been very faithful and it's still kind of working. So we're just crossing fingers because I'm not really able to do an immediate upgrade right now. Worst comes to worst, I did do the first life on my phone, so it is possible. But it just feels easier on a laptop. I can kind of see the chat better because on the phone you kind of get the chat kind of popping up, then it disappears, and I have to keep pressing the button to see the chat, which is weird. Derry says, we are not tempting fate, knock on wood. Yes, wood, knocked, touching the wood. It's going to be fine. Well done, laptop. And yes, there's going to be 2 more sprints, Monday and Thursday in the middle of the day, UK time. And then on Sunday, I'm going to do the final sprint. And then that'll be it for Journey-athon. Derry, what are you reading at the moment, just out of curiosity? I know you're working on a few bits and pieces. What are your current reads? I mean, I imagine you've got a hob on the go because you must always have a hob on the go. Oh, so I did also read a bit more of Heartstopper just because I think it's a graphic novel and I know the story, it's easier for me to focus on it than words with an unfamiliar story. So that kind of helped wake me up in between. Oh dear. But no, it's been good. It's been good to do some sprints, and I am very much enjoying what I'm reading at the moment. It's so much fun to be reading all the middle grade. Derry says, I'm halfway through Daughter of the Empire with Alan. That's one of the Alan from the Library of Alexandria's read-along buddy reads. And yes, I'm about to dive into Force Quest again. And I've got Guards as well. Oh, you're reading Guards. Oh, as your practice audio too. That's always a good comfort. I am also, because I didn't manage to read it in June, I'm rereading Good Omens, which is lots of fun, in preparation for season 2 of Good Omens coming out soon. And I think every time I pick up, I know this is Pratchett and Gaiman, but I think every time I pick up a Pratchett, I know I love Pratchett and I know it's funny, but I think I forget how much I love it and how funny it is once you pick it up again. So yeah, it's always good. Fool's Quest. I'm mentally trying to recall which one that is. So, Tawny Man, we have Fool's Errand, Golden Fool, and Fool's Fate. So, Fool's Quest must be Fits in the Fool. Yes, it is, because I think mine is Silver, so second Fits in the Fool. So, when I finish Journey-athon, Fool's Quest is the middle of the last trilogy. Yes! I got it right. Hooray! There was some fun chat on Gregory Lepetch's Discord with Anita's Hobble that Bridget was saying, I think she got the name wrong of one of the titles, but she's like, basically they recycle the same words, like Assassin, Fool, Quest, Fate, all of that jazz, which is quite funny. Derry also says, I have got so many versions of Pratchett on audio, it's silly, but I do have preferences. Good Omens is awesome, and I'm so excited for Good Omens Season 2. Me too. I'm so excited for Good Omens Season 2. Have I shown you my Good Omens copy, Derry, with the pretty illustrations? I feel I must have. I've shown many people at many different points, but it has. It's Paul Kidby who's done the illustrations for it because his Pratchett artwork is amazing. I love Paul Kidby. And it is Cowley is drawn as David Tennant, and Asfael, I think, never pronounce the angel correctly, is drawn as Michael Sheen. So it's really cool. Oh my god, no, I haven't seen you go to this book. Okay, wait there. I'm going to sneak upstairs because my house is asleep. I'm going to go show you my Good Omens book because you need to see it. Got it. So this is my copy of Good Omens. Red end pages. And I don't know if it's a bit glary, but there is the Michael Sheen Asfael. And try not to get the glare of the light. We have the David Tennant Cowley. Derry says, okay, I clearly need that. I need to find and buy a copy for myself. I can't even imagine better casting for Crowley and Asfael. They are pure perfection. They are. It is so good. I can't stand it when the casting is so wrong. It doesn't matter how well the part is acted. It is gorgeous. I think it had just been. I think it's just been after season 1. Look, there's Cowley with his M25. That always cracks me up so much. Especially as someone. So, I live in Brighton, and the M25, for those who don't know, is like the ring road that goes around London. And basically, every time you need to leave the south of England to travel north, especially if you are like directly below London, you have to go around the M25 to get anywhere. My family live in Lincoln, so that's like the other side of London. So we have to go on the M25 quite a lot. And there is always a part of the M25 where you're then stuck in traffic and crawling, and it is just a pain, absolute pain in the bum. So it very much feels like it would be the work of a demon, the brainchild of a demon. Derry says, on that though, Charles Dance is nothing at all like the description of veterinary, but he's beyond amazing. He was in Going Postal. I need to watch Going Postal again. Yes, I very much feel, because of who Charles Dance is as an actor, I very much feel like I'd watched Going Postal, but it's such a long time ago, and like I would have just watched it as Going Postal without me having a concept of Charles Dance as an actor. But he's such a good actor, like a really like precise actor, and just has this, you can like, you wouldn't need to say anything, but you would just feel the power radiating of him, because he's just that type of person, which is pure veterinary, in my opinion. So I could definitely, I really want to watch Going Postal again now you said that. I do remember, I think, is it Claire Danes plays Adora Belle. I do remember her. I really enjoyed her in Spike in Going Postal. But the one that I've watched the most is Hogfather, with I can't remember the name of the actor, but she plays Lady Mary in Downton Abbey, and she plays Susan, and I think she's brilliant. But I just, how they did death in the Hogfather in the TV production was just wonderful, and the casting of Nobby Nobbs was brilliant in that one as well. Claire Foy, yeah, not Claire Danes, Claire Foy, that's who I meant. I think there is a Claire Danes, but it's a different one. Yes, Claire Foy, absolutely. Michelle Dockery, that's it, it's Michelle Dockery. Yes, both of them, great casting for both those parts. Making me want to go and watch a load of Pratchett, load of Discworld films now. But yeah, they were great. They were really good. Oh, I'm definitely going to read Hogfather this year. I didn't manage to read Hogfather last year around Christmas time, but I think I really want to like reread the Death series. It's been a long time. I recently reread the Witches series. I am totally okay with a Pratchett binge of any kind. Absolutely. It's just so many books I want to read. But yes, currently rereading this one. It's lots of fun. I haven't got amazingly far into it. But yeah, I just forgot how funny it was. Just so hilarious, the mess up of the child. We've lost the Antichrist. Derry says, I always reread Hogfather at Christmas. It's locked in for December every year. Why? I don't own it as of yet, which is why I haven't been reading it at Christmas time. But it is one of my favourites. I really love that one. So I wanted to treat myself to a nice copy of the Hogfather, because I have the nice set of the witch. Yes, Derry. Derry's, OMG, you need to buy it. I do, Derry, I do. I want the pretty version. So I'm gonna put that on my wish list. I have The Thief of Time. So that's the Death book that I've read a lot, or the Susan book that I've read a lot, because that's the one that I own. So I've read that loads. So I know that one pretty well now. The updated audio is really good. Peter Serafinowicz is sheer perfection as Death. I should try Pratchett audio. I really should try, because I think I know it. I'm starting to get into audiobooks. Like, I hadn't really done them before, just because I like the control of the story. and hearing someone else read it, they put their own, there's a certain amount of spin that they can give it. Sometimes it's brilliant, but sometimes it doesn't quite work for me. And I think when it's a story you love, you feel a little bit worried about it. But when it's done right, it's so good. But recently I am reading more things by audio, just because it means I get to read more books, because I can be doing stuff at the same time. I should probably try some practice. I have BorrowBox, which is from the library, and that so that's free. So if they have they should have Pratchett audios on there. So I'll have a look. So Doe says, "Hooray! Thief of Time has the best use of ballistic chocolate in the history of literature." So good. The exploration of orifices in that book always makes me chuckle. Oh, I agree. That's why I rarely do audio for a first read. True. Yes. There are some books where I do. Like I've been saying that I've really looked at with this middle grade series, the Unmapped Chronicles, because I really enjoy. I have the physical copy from the library, but I also really enjoyed the audio, because it just feels warm and cozy, like I've been told the story. So I feel like I've really lucked out with that one working for me. But other books where I'm enjoying reading them for the first time, I wouldn't do an audio. I could never imagine audioing Hob. I just would not want to give up that visual experience. I think. I think I've heard people who don't like the narrators or the narrator switch. I don't think I could do that. But I do love Andy Serkis's Lord of the Rings. I still need to read the final one from him. Yes. Another great one for audio is Andy Serkis's The Hobbit. Yes, great minds, Derry, great minds. So I haven't read his The Hobbit, but I want to. I really want to listen to that with my children. Well, my eldest, I think my youngest would be too young for that at the moment. But I feel like in the winter, that would be such a lovely one to like put the fire on and have it like really cozy and just snuggle up with him on the sofa and listen to like a chapter of Andy Serkis doing The Hobbit. I think would be good. I love Andy Serkis. I think he is so talented. He's just incredible. So when I was listening to, I think it was The Two Towers, I was listening to him singing. He managed to sing. No, it wasn't The Two Towers. It was Fellowship of the Ring. He managed to sing a mournful dwarfish song about the Battle of the Dwarves. I was like, I don't know how you're doing this. You're managing to sing a song like Gimli, making me feel sad about it. And then in another thing, he was just making funny little hobbity voices. And as a fan of the films, I love that we have Pippin, which has got a very much Billy Boyd voice for Pippin. It's just so good. I love it. I do need to read the third one with Andy Serkis' audio, because that's great. Okay, more chat. Derry had said, I agree, that's why I rarely do audio for the first read. And then she spoke about The Hobbit, and the audio for Hob is very hit and miss. Yeah, that's what I've heard from people, from hearing people talking about it. She said, yes, Andy Serkis' singing voice is remarkably good. His bass voice is so amazing for the dwarves. He's just incredible. I did have to speed up his Treebeard voice, though. It was perfect. It was so Treebeard. But I'm like, I have time. I don't have time for Treebeard's voice. I need it to be a little bit faster, which was great. So I would then speed Treebeard up and get like a normal pace of talking. And then the hobbits would talk and it'd be like gerbils, like, which was quite entertaining. Oh, thanks for joining me for the end, Derry. It's been lovely to chat hobbits and Hob and Pratchett with you. Joe says, oh my god, yes, his treatment was so good. It took as long as I imagined it would. Yes, it takes as long as it will take. No Ent would say anything worthwhile unless it took a very long time to say it. But it is 2:30. No, 20 to 3 in the morning here, so I do need to go to bed now because I need to function tomorrow. So I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you for the chat. Thanks for joining me for reading some books. Jerry, thanks for allowing me to share my joy of this. Jerry says, go to bed, for heaven's sake. I will, Jerry, I will. I feel I can really visualize your face as you say that. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone. Happy reading.